Namaste for all. Now I am going to do my presentation on disorganized type of schizophrenia, comes under Unit 3 and session number 27. The main objectives of this study is what I'm going to do is to explain the students how to diagnose the disorganized type of schizophrenia on the basis of its clinical features. To explain the students how to diagnose and how to identify the patients with disorganized type of schizophrenia on the basis of clinical features, either DSM-4, TR, or ICD-10, and to explain how this type of schizophrenia is differ from all other types of rest types of the schizophrenia, in the sense how this is differ from paranoid, undifferentiated types of schizophrenia and catatonic types of schizophrenia. And the outcomes of my studies after my sessions, what are all the results I am expecting from the student is the students can able to diagnose different disorganized type of schizophrenia on the basis of its clinical features. Once they know the clinical features, it is easy to diagnose the disorganized type of schizophrenia. Then they can able to they understood how this type of schizophrenia is differ from all other types of schizophrenia. All other means paranoid, catatonic, and undifferentiated type of schizophrenia. In this, there is a clinical features also separated. So they can able to differ this disorder from the other types of schizophrenia. Overall, the contents I have added in this topic is introductions about disorganized type of schizophrenia, then essential features of disorganized type, then the references I have added over here. What are all the books I have referred to cover this topic? First one, introduction. See, disorganized is nothing. Disorganized type of schizophrenia is nothing but it refers to disorganized speech and disorganized behavior. In the sense, disorganized, not organized, well organized speech. Their speech is completely an irrational one, and their behavior is also an not ordinary one. Ordinary one, it is an abnormal kind of speech and behavior. There is no connections between their speech and behavior. They are speaking something else, and their behavior is telling something other, some other things. So there is no interconnections between the speech and their behavior. Then the essential features of this disorganized type of schizophrenia is the essential features of this type of schizophrenia are disorganized speech and disorganized behavior. See, there is no connections between the speech and behavior. Their speech and behavior is not well organized. ಅವರ ಮಾತಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತು ವರ್ತನೆಗೂ ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತು ಸಂಘಟಿತ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. And flat or inappropriate affect. Their behavior is flattened and inappropriate, not appropriate one. So then the disorganized speech may be accompanied by silliness. They are speaking in a silly manner, silly manners they are speaking. They are not speaking in a serious manner. Very speaking about the silly manners, silly topics, and laughter also that are not closely related to the content of the speech. They soon after their speech, they used to laugh. That is not related to their speech. So silliness, their speech also silliness, and laughter that is continued with along with that they used to laugh that are not closely related to their content of speech. What is speech that is not related to their laughing? So that is completely irrelevant. That is not completely related to each other. Their laughter and their topic, what they speak, is not related to each other. ಅವರ ಮಾತು, ಅವರು ಆಡಿದ ಮಾತು ಮತ್ತು ಕೂಡಲೇ ಅವರು ನಗಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ನಗಾಡಿದಕ್ಕೂ ಅವರು ಆಡಿದ ಮಾತಗೂ ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಸಂಬಂಧವಿಲ್ಲ. Then the behavioral disorganization may lead to severe disruptions in the ability to perform activities of daily living. Because of this behavioral disorganization, see, their behavior as well as their speech is also disorganized one, not well organized one. Because of their behavioral disorganization, ಅವರ ವರ್ತನೆಯ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಯಿಂದಾಗಿ that may lead to severe disruption. See, this may interrupt in their ability to perform the daily activities. They can't able to perform their daily activities in a well manner because of their disorganized behaviors. Because of their behavioral problem, they can't able to perform their daily activities in a well manner. Severe disruptions happens. ಅವರ ವರ್ತನಾ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಯಿಂದಾಗಿ ಸುಸಂಘಟಿತ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ತನೆ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರುವುದರಿಂದಾಗಿ ಅವರ ದಿನನಿತ್ಯದ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವುದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರು ಸಫಲರಾಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ವಿಫಲರಾಗ್ತಾರೆ. Criteria for the catatonic type of schizophrenia are not met here. So the essential features, what are all the features are there in the catatonic type of schizophrenia that are not occur here in this type of schizophrenia. Then delusions and hallucinations, if present, are fragmentary and not organized into a coherent thing. Delusions and hallucinations occur over here, but that are not fragmentary and well organized. So only for some extent, only in some periods, only in some episodes that may occur. Delusions and hallucinations. In paranoid and in catatonic, in paranoid and in schizophrenia types, delusions and hallucinations occurs. But here, hallucination may present in some extent. So, next one is associated features include grimacing mannerisms and other oddities of behavior. Other oddities of behavior. Mirror gazing, in the sense they are repeatedly seeing their faces or seeing their whole bodies in the mirror. They are keep on watching the mirror continuously. They are watching mirror, and for long periods of time they are spending their most of the times in watching the mirror. Their whole body they are watching the mirror. Well, disinhibited behavior, they are showing the prohibited behaviors which are not up to the law. Avoided behavior they are showing each times. ಸೊ ಮಿರರ್ ಗೇಜಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಗಾಗ ಕನ್ನಡಿಯನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಗಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಫಾರ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಆನ್ ವಾಚಿಂಗ್. they are statue, they are like standing in a statue position in front of the mirror itself. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್, ಲೈಕ್ ಒಂದು ಮೂರ್ತಿಯ ತರ ಕನ್ನಡಿ ಮುಂದೆ ನಿಂತಿರ್ತಾರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಹೊತ್ತು, ದೀರ್ಘ ಹೊತ್ತಿನ ಕಾಲ. ಮತ್ತು ದೇ ಆರ್ ಶೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಸ್ಇನ್ಹಿಬಿಟೆಡ್ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ನಿರ್ಬಂಧಿತ ವರ್ತನೆಯನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ದ ಪ್ರೊಹಿಬಿಟೆಡ್ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಶೋಯಿಂಗ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಪೂವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಕೇರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಹೈಜೀನ್. ಪೂವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಕೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಶೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಪೂವರ್ very they are not caring about themselves. They are not caring, or they are not caring, or they are not careless about themselves. So poor self care in the same thing. And hygiene, they are not seeing the self care, as well as they are not caring about their health also. They are not conscious enough their health. So markedly impaired social and occupational functioning. Because of this, they are unable to maintain the contacts with the society. Impaired social in the sense they are poor social contacts. In the sense they are unable to contact with the, fail to connect the relationship with the society as well as social. And in social also they are unable to, or they fail to show their exact behavior. And occupational functionings also, in the working conditions also, in the working place also, they can't able to perform in a well manner. So totally impaired social and occupational functioning. ಕೆಲಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸರಿಯಾದ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಪುವರ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಳಪೆ ಮಟ್ಟದ ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಸಂಬಂಧಗಳು ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಸಂಬಂಧಗಳು ಇರುವುದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತು ಉದ್ಯೋಗದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಮುಂದುವರಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ವಿಡ್ರಾವಲ್, They are extreme social withdrawal. They want to be alone. So extreme kinds of social withdrawal in the sense they are not even mingle with the other people, not being even coming outside to the society, coming outside or mingling with the society. They are not showing their face evenly. So extreme social withdrawal since they are not having any relationship with the society or any other kind of people. And other oddities of behavior. Oddities in the sense peculiar kind of behavior or ವಿಚಿತ್ರ ವರ್ತನೆಯನ್ನು ನೋಡಬಹುದು. Then ICD-10 recommends that ICD-10 in the sense International Classifications of Disorder, this 10 recommends that a period of 2 or 3 months of continuous observation is needed for them. So this kinds of schizophrenia is needed, especially this kinds of disorder wants 2 to 3 months of continuous observations. Andre 2 to 3 months of continuous treatments or counseling is needed for these kinds of patients, those who are suffering from disorganized kind of schizophrenia. So ICD-10 recommends, ICD-10 ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ದೋಸ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಅಸಂಬದ್ಧ ರೀತಿಯ ಇಚ್ಛಿತ ಮನೋರೋಗ ಇರುವವರಿಗೆ 2 ರಿಂದ 3 ತಿಂಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಚಿಕಿತ್ಸೆ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇದೆ, ದೀರ್ಘಕಾಲದ ಚಿಕಿತ್ಸೆ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇದೆ. ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನೀಡೆಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದೆಮ್ to overcome from this disorder. And the onset is insidious. As I have already mentioned, the onset, the coming of this disorder suddenly occurs, and usually in the early second decades in the sense either in the adolescence period or in the adulthood stage, this disorder occurs. ಒಂದ ಪ್ರೌಢಾವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರಬುದ್ಧಾವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ಬರುವ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ, ಹದಿಹರೆಯದ ವಯಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಇದೆ. ದಿ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರೆಸಿವ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೌನ್ ಹಿಲ್. ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರೆಸಿವ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕಾಯಿಲೆ ದಿಸ್ disorder is increases slowly step by step and down hill. Sometimes reduce, sometimes there is a cases of reduces cases also happens. Sometimes the disorders intensity get reduced. ಕೆಲವು ಸಲ ಈ ರೋಗ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ, ಕೆಲವು ಸಲ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುವ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ದೆನ್ ದ ರಿಕವರಿ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಕಲಿ ಪುವರ್. Recovery from this disorder is classically very poor. In a sense, in a very few cases, people or the patient or those who are suffer from this disorder can recover from this disorder. But most of the cases, in most often cases, almost cases, recovery is not possible. Very few, in very few cases, recovery is possible. Classically very poor. Recovery is very poor. So in very few cases, people overcome from this problem. ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಲವು ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಈ ರೋಗದಿಂದ ಬಳಲುವಂತಹ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳು ಗುಣಮುಖರಾಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದು ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ, ಕೆಲವು ಕೇಸುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಸಿವಿಯರ್ deterioration without any significant remissions usually occurs over time. Severe deterioration in the sense severe deterioration without any significant remissions usually occurs over time. See here, the severe deterioration in the sense very severe conditions occurs. Severe deterioration ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತೀವ್ರ ಕ್ಷೀಣತೆ ಕಾಣಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತದೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಉಪಶಮನವಿಲ್ಲದೆ. ವಿತೌಟ್ ಎನಿ ಮೆಡಿಕೇಶನ್ ಸಿವಿಯರ್ ಡಿಟೋರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ occurs. Sometimes this usually occurs for over time in the sense for a long period of time also it occurs for a long period of time. ಇದು ಕೆಲವು ಸಲ ದೀರ್ಘಕಾಲಿಕವಾಗಿ ಉಳಿತದೆ, ಕೆಲವು ಸಲ ತೀವ್ರ ಕ್ಷೀಣತೆ ಕಂಡು ಬರ್ತದೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಉಪಶಮನವಿಲ್ಲದೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಇದು ತುಂಬಾ ದೀರ್ಘಕಾಲದವರೆಗೂ ಬರುವ ಕಾಯಿಲೆಯಾಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ. Usually this disorder may occurs for a lower period of time or a long period of time. Hepiphrenic or disorganized type of schizophrenia has one of the worst course and prognosis. No one can predict this disorder, this kinds of disorder among the various other types of schizophrenia. When compared to other types of schizophrenia, hepiphrenic types of schizophrenia is one of the worst prognosis in the sense most one of the worst courses is the worst courses. ತುಂಬಾ ತುಂಬಾ ಕೆಟ್ಟದಾದಂಥ ಮುನ್ನರಿವು ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಇದು ಬರುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಸಡನ್, ಆಸ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್, ಸಡನ್ ಇನ್ಸಿಡಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ಆನ್ಸೆಟ್ occurs. Onset of this disorder insidiously occurs, suddenly occurs. Hebephrenic kind of disorder is worst than when compared to the other types of the schizophrenia. Then references, as I have mentioned already, Diagnostic Statistical Manual of Mental Disorder, fourth edition I have referred, and then Neeraj Ahuja's short textbook of psychiatry. In that I have taken from the ICD-10 classifications, clinical features also there in that book. It's the best, one of the best book. So I will stop by here itself my presentations. So thank you for all for listening to the sessions. Thank you. I will stop my presentation here itself. I will hope I have covered uh, all the points in this sessions in this topic. Thank you. Thank you one and all.